Greetings, YouTube. Greetings, YouTube. This is Daywalker225XXXX. And I have another installment of our ongoing series of DNN News, which is Dumb Nigga News, brought to you from a real nigga for a dumb nigga to expose a dumb nigga. Top story. Weak ass, bitch made ass niggas on YouTube kissing females as his asses. First off, you got a dumbass motherfucker hollering juvenile lyrics on this bitch. This punk is gonna holler that 40% of niggas are real motherfucking soldiers and 60% are bitches. Really? Well, gee, that sounds awful, a whole hell of a lot like 55% of these niggas is fake, the other 45% be handling their weight. Nigga, if you gonna jack somebody's fucking lyrics, jack lyrics to some shit that motherfuckers ain't never heard before. And I know I already called your ass out on fucking stealing Dolomites' fucking lyrics on this bitch too. I called you out on that on the T-Mott and Symbolic video, then you banned me, you little bitch. You don't want nobody to tell you about yourself, don't make videos, and don't fucking let niggas post up comments. You a fucking punk ass for fucking doing that shit. If a nigga don't agree with you, then you don't need to fucking put up comments where a motherfucker can say anything. Cause you went out like a hoe on that shit. Alright, the other thing I got to say is, first off, you was a bitch when they fucking threw you in a fucking cell. That's off top. I'ma just go there. I'ma get back to that fucking point later on in our conversation, but know that. Then you go on talking about that brothers make videos about black women on here, yet you don't make mention of belligerent, attitudinal, overweight females, and it's fucking funny to me that your ass is trying to talk about bitch ass niggas while you live at home at your mama's house, nigga. Then you say that niggas are wrong for going off on black women's personalities, but if niggas was cool with the way that some of those females act, you wouldn't see niggas bitching about it in the first place. You sat on your ass and told that fucking lie that every other race doesn't have a black woman's personality. But last I checked, white women ain't on TV. You said every other race has a black woman's personality. But I don't see, last time I checked, I don't see white women on TV complaining about not being able to find husbands. I don't see Latino women doing it. I don't see Asian women doing it. I don't see Middle Eastern women doing it. The only females I see doing that bullshit are black women. They're on TV complaining that they can't find mates, or they can't find husbands, or they can't find guys to date. You know, those are the ones that are crying. These other women aren't. Alright? Then the ass kissing began. You know, the black woman is a leader. That's what you said, you know, black women are leaders. Since when, you know? All right, granted, I'll give you the the civil rights movement. I'll give you slavery days. You know, you had strong black women then. What have they been leading here as of late? Nothing. You know, who got together the Million Man March? It wasn't women. It wasn't black women. It was black men. It was the Muslims that did that shit. You know, they went up on Capitol Hill, you know, telling people about what was fucked up and what they didn't like. They organized that march on Gina, Louisiana, when they had those 6 boys that they were trying to fuck over and shit. You know, you need to talk about some shit that you know. And, you know, then you want to talk about how black women run shit. Black women don't run shit these fucking days. White men run shit and they get black women to be their lackeys. That's what they do. You know, hell, half of them don't even make what black men in the same positions make. And then the bullshit, you know, to say that a black woman ain't shit is to step on a real nigga's pride. Nigga, go somewhere with that bullshit. Just go somewhere with that. If that's the case, their asses ain't shit by default. All black women on this planet are here by way of a motherfucking black man in some way, shape, or form, period. Their ass wouldn't even be in existence if not for a black man. But they can go on record saying that niggas are fucked up. Yeah, right. Fuck that. And the other thing is your fake ass eats pussy on demand, nigga. You already know that. The dumb shit you said is bullshit too. What can get you killed by a real nigga ain't if you fuck with his woman, nigga. Females are a dime a dozen, but if you fuck with their kids, their mama, or their money, or their ride, oh yeah, that shoulda get your ass fucking done. Then the bullshit that black women have been the backbone of black men all our lives. Really, nigga? Man, there's niggas dead and in their graves over black women to this day. Do you think that niggas didn't try to keep their families and shit safe from white people back in slavery days? Dumbass nigga. Get a fucking clue. You know, your dumb ass goes on and on about slavery and shit, but women today don't even deal with that shit anymore, now do they? What do they deal with? They don't deal with none of the shit they used to have to deal with back in the day. Yeah, they deal with completely and totally different fucking things. So, you know, your argument is weak, nigga. Then you talk about women not submitting, but ain't it funny that, you know, that they can submit to white men when they get with them? Why is that? You know, I've seen black women go off on other black women. I've seen them go off on black men. I've seen them go off on white women. I've seen them go off on any other race of female and man on the planet other than a white man. They won't go off on white men. Ain't in them. I ain't never seen a black woman just go the fuck off and lose it on a white man's ass. I ain't never seen that shit in my life. Matter of fact, a couple weeks back they had a video where this black girl got punched in the face by a white cop and shit. She gonna go and try and fucking play a cop like he a fucking goddamn black man. She got bust in her shit as a result of that. Now don't get me wrong. It's not right to hit a female like that, but you know what? Her ass deserved to get her fucking ass knocked off because you didn't have any business interfering in that shit. He did right to knock her fucking head off. Then, you know, your punk ass want to go off on brothers that ain't checking for these women anyways. The shit that killed me was, you know, you sat here talking about brothers not being articulate, but the reality is those women don't want a man that can handle their business, and they want men that they can dominate and shit, that they can, you know, have cater to them. You know, they come home and this nigga done ran fucking bath water for her and all this old other dumb shit. You know what? It's not supposed to work like that. A woman submits to a man. That's in the Bible. And it's just as true today as it is any other day. You know, women submit to men. That's why they call women the weaker sex. Not that I'm trying to sound, you know, chauvinistic or anything like that, because I'm not. It's just the way that things are. The male of any species in nature is always the stronger of the two. You don't see male lions getting punked out by female lions. That shit don't happen. You don't see male eagles getting punked out by female eagles. That shit don't happen. You don't see male tigers come into a den full of female tigers and get punked out. That shit don't fucking happen. So you know what? If it don't exist in nature, it shouldn't exist in the human kingdom, in the human genus and species either. You need to fucking check yourself on that, because you sound like a dumbass nigga talking some stupid shit like that. You know, females submit to men always. You know. And in particular, those particular women don't want to be a companion and a mate to these men. You know. Now let me break something else down for your fucking ass. Because see, I can already see I'm going to have to do a second part 2 to this, because I'm not going to have enough room to say everything I got to say. So I'm going to make a part 2 to this too. It'll be up tonight before I go to bed. But let me break down what I need to break down for you right fast. Okay, first and foremost, if a brother that's progressive and he works every day, he makes good money, and he's an alpha type man, he is not going to be dictated by any woman. It doesn't matter if she's black, white, Asian, you name it. But broke niggas all fucking day. You know, they eat ass on command, just like you do, nigga. You know. And then you have the nerve to say that all women act that way? Yeah, right. That's about the dumbest shit I done heard all day long. You said weaker women. I'm going to quote you. Weaker women latch on to black women and take their characteristics and implement it in their characteristics, conduct, and character. Motherfucker, what the fuck? First and foremost, that shit is stupid for you to even fucking say. But reading between the lines, I figured out what you said, because the statement you made is dumb. But barring the grammatical errors and syntax that you fucked up, for starters, alright, let me break it down. No other race of woman is known as a strong any kind of a woman. You don't hear about strong white women. You don't hear about strong Asian women. You don't hear about strong Latino women, but you always hear about strong black women. Why? I'll tell you why. Because in the 60s, during the white feminist movement, that's what those white women were pushing for. They were pushing for black women to go out and, you know, be their little lap dogs and get them their rights, because they figured since in the 60s, you know, these black people got their rights, well, these white women were going to use them along the same lines. Now, I'm out of time, but there will be a part 2 to this. I'm going to sign off here. This is Daywalker225XXXX signing out. Stay tuned for part 2. Peace, YouTube.